Hello, beautiful soul. You're watching Healthwise for seniors, the place where fashion grows wiser and confidence never retires. Now, let's talk about that title. 5 tops women over 60 should stop wearing. Bold, right? Maybe you saw it and thought, who says I need to stop wearing anything? I've earned the right to wear whatever I please. And honestly, you're not wrong. Because fashion should be about freedom to evolve, freedom to feel good, freedom to choose what honors who you are today. But sometimes, what we wear out of comfort or habit can work against us. Not intentionally, but in quiet ways that pull us down, blur our shape, or make us feel older than we truly are. This video isn't about fashion rules. It's about recognizing when something no longer serves the woman you've become, and replacing it with something that does. Because at Healthwise for seniors, we don't believe in dressing to hide. We believe in dressing to celebrate. To celebrate your softness, your strength, and your story. Sparkles, so if that speaks to you, take a second to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with a friend who's ready to rediscover her glow. Because trust me, this isn't about saying goodbye to style. It's about saying hello to the version of you that's just getting started. Now, ready to see which 5 tops might be quietly aging you and the elegant alternatives waiting to light you up. Let's begin. At first glance, boxy tops seem like a safe choice, loose, forgiving, easy to wear. But for women over 60, this shapeless silhouette often does more harm than good. The problem: these tops erase your natural curves, making your body look boxy, heavier, and less defined. You might think you're hiding trouble spots, but in reality, you're hiding yourself. The clothes wear you, not the other way around. Fashion expert Stacey London once said, "When there's no shape, there's no presence." Especially after 60, structure becomes your best friend. Clothes that gently shape your waist, define your shoulders, or elongate your neckline give your figure polish and your presence power. So what should you wear instead? Sparkles try a soft peplum blouse for a touch of elegance. Sparkles choose V-neck shirts with subtle waist seams. Sparkles look for tops with thoughtful details, a wrap design, a side tie, or vertical buttons. Sparkles choose fabrics with gentle structure, cotton blends, soft linen, or light pont knit. Just look at Diane Keaton. Her tailored blouses and layered vests never scream for attention, yet they always frame her with intention. Or Helen Mirren, who often opts for softly fitted jackets and flowing tops with just the right amount of shape. Here's the truth. After 60, comfort should never come at the cost of confidence. Your clothes shouldn't make you disappear. They should make you feel seen, beautifully and effortlessly. There was a time when crop tops felt playful, breezy fabrics, bare waists, sun on your skin. They belonged to summer concerts and carefree days when your body felt like your best outfit. But as we move through life, some pieces stop speaking the same language as we do. And the crop top, for many women over 60, is one of them. It's not about shame, it's about alignment. A crop top draws attention to the midsection, a part of the body that may have changed with age, softness replacing sharpness, stories etched into skin. These changes aren't flaws. They're natural. They're earned. But when a top cuts off abruptly above the waist, it can make you feel on display in a way that no longer feels empowering, just exposed. More than that, crop tops often lack structure. They don't honor curves or movement. They flatten, they shout "look at me" when what you really want is "see me," the woman who's lived, loved, grown stronger. As designer Carmen Marc Valvo once said, real style doesn't show off. It shows up. So what do you wear when you've outgrown the crop top? Not just physically, but emotionally? You wear shape. You wear softness. You wear tops that move with you, that speak to your experience. Try a tunic that grazes the thigh and moves when you walk. Choose wrap blouses that whisper elegance around the waist. Look for high-low hems that float at the hip and fabrics that drape without clinging. Monochrome tops paired with high-rise trousers can work visual magic, elongating your lines, refining your silhouette. A bamboo blend or stretch jersey can hold your shape without holding you hostage. Just look at Jane Fonda, rarely bearing skin yet always radiant. Her secret? Power in tailoring, color that pops, clothes that frame her presence without competing for it. Or Susan Sarandon, her confidence isn't in what she reveals, but how she carries a blouse that floats over the body, hinting rather than shouting. Or Christy Brinkley, still luminous, not because she dresses young, but because she dresses smart. Her high-waisted pairings and form-skimming blouses prove that sensuality and structure can be sisters. These women aren't avoiding trends. They're choosing truth. And the truth is this: you don't need to bare your stomach to feel beautiful. You don't need to chase youth to feel alive. You only need to wear what reflects the woman you are now, brighter, bolder, softer in all the right ways. Because real confidence doesn't come from the cut of your top. It comes from knowing you don't have to reveal everything to reveal your best self. There's a certain charm to graphic tees. They're bold, playful, sometimes quirky. A slogan that makes you smirk. A retro print that sparks nostalgia. Maybe you bought one on a trip, or it reminds you of your favorite concert from years past. But for women over 60, there's a fine line between expressing personality and overpowering your presence. Graphic tees often do the latter. They shout. They distract. They pull attention away from your face, your posture, your energy, and direct it to a slogan, a cartoon, a splash of color that doesn't always belong to you. The issue isn't humor or color. It's that many of these shirts were designed without you in mind. The prints are large, the fonts are loud, the message often juvenile or generic. Instead of highlighting your confidence, they compete with it. Instead of adding charm, they often subtract elegance. Fashion at this stage of life is not about silencing your spirit, but about choosing how it speaks. According to stylist and fashion editor Tina Godin, the older you get, the more power your presence holds. You no longer need your clothing to do the talking for you. So if not graphic tees, then what? Think of clothing as conversation. Choose pieces that speak in your voice, calm, clever, warm, wise. Opt for solid-colored tops in flattering tones, deep blues, soft ivories, rosewood, sage. Let the color tell the story. Choose tops with subtle texture or detail, a satin neckline, a touch of lace at the cuff, mother-of-pearl buttons, a boat neck cut. These are details that whisper rather than shout, and yet they say so much more. If you still love the idea of expression, try art-inspired prints, like watercolor florals or abstract brushstrokes. Or wear a classic white tee and layer it under a tailored blazer or soft cardigan. You'll still get the relaxed vibe, but with polish. Just look at Christy Brinkley. She often wears simple tees in crisp white or soft blush, paired with a structured jacket and statement earrings. Jane Fonda might choose a fitted black tee under a bold red blazer. Her message is in her silhouette, not on her shirt. And Oprah Winfrey, a masterclass in quiet elegance, has rarely, if ever, been seen in a slogan tee. Her style speaks volumes, yet always with intention. Remember, you don't need a t-shirt to say, "I'm fun" or "I'm young at heart." Your eyes already say that. Your laugh already says that. The way you enter a room and own your space, that says everything. Fashion after 60 isn't about being less expressive. It's about being more intentional with what you express and what you let go. So next time you reach for a tee with glitter lettering or a cartoon giraffe holding a latte, pause, not because you can't, but because you've earned the right to ask yourself, is this who I am now? And if the answer is no, that's not loss. That's evolution. It's easy to reach for a high-neck top. It feels safe, covered, neutral. For many women over 60, it seems like the right choice, especially if the neck is a place you've quietly grown self-conscious about. A few lines, a bit of softness, skin that's not as firm as it once was. And so, the instinct is to cover it, hide it, tuck it away behind fabric. But here's the truth we rarely speak aloud. High necklines don't always protect you, they sometimes imprison you. When you wear a top that hugs the base of your neck, something changes. The openness disappears, your silhouette becomes compact. The space between your chin and your heart is gone, and with it, often, goes your light. It's not just about the skin. It's about the energy. You see, a neckline is more than a design detail. It's a doorway to your posture, to your confidence, to the way you meet the world. When that space is closed off, you may feel smaller, less lifted, less radiant, even if the intention was simply to feel secure. The most elegant women don't hide from their necks. They frame them, gently, thoughtfully. Think of Susan Sarandon, draped in soft necklines that open like a breath, never forced, always fluid. Or Jane Fonda, who rarely wears turtlenecks, opting instead for open collars and structured silhouettes that honor the lines of her body, rather than resist them. And there's Lauren Hutton, timeless, radiant, often seen with the top buttons of her blouse undone, a simple gold chain resting just where the light can catch it. Not because she's showing off, but because she's showing up. The goal isn't to reveal everything. It's to release the tension of thinking you need to hide. So maybe, instead of a high neckline that rises like a wall, you try a V-neck that elongates and lifts. A soft scoop that invites air and grace. A bateau that widens the shoulders and brings lightness to your frame. Or even a cowl neck that drapes with elegance and never demands attention. Because what you really want at this stage of life isn't armor. It's presence. And presence doesn't come from covering every inch. It comes from dressing in a way that says, I've made peace with myself and I'm still becoming. So next time you stand in front of your closet, don't ask, what hides me best? Ask instead, what helps me open? The answer may be waiting, not in a higher neckline, but in a deeper knowing of who you are. There's a kind of shine that flatters, and then there's a kind that overwhelms. When you're in your 60s or beyond, that line becomes clearer, not because you've lost your glow, but because you've finally found it. Tops that are too shiny, too sheer, or too heavily decorated might feel festive in the store. You might think, well, it's fun, or maybe it'll make me feel young again. But the truth is, anything that tries too hard to stand out usually ends up doing the opposite of what you hoped. It drowns you out. Reflective fabrics tend to magnify everything around them. Under harsh lighting or natural sun, a shiny blouse doesn't just catch the eye, it blinds it. Instead of drawing attention to your warmth, your posture, your grace, it becomes all about the fabric, the shimmer, the statement you didn't even mean to make. Sheer tops do something similar. They reveal, but not always in a way that feels aligned with who you are now. What felt bold and beautiful at 30 might feel exposing at 60. And that's not about shame. It's about sovereignty. You've spent years cultivating your presence. You don't owe anyone a peek beneath your blouse to prove you're still alive. As for overly embellished tops, the ones with sequins, rhinestones, tassels, beads, they often age faster than you do. They snag, they wrinkle, they date your outfit, and they rarely add elegance. Instead, they say, look at my shirt, when what you really want is, see me. And that's the shift, isn't it? When you were younger, maybe you dressed to be seen. Now you dress to be recognized. Recognized for your wisdom, for your style, for the way you walk into a room not with glitter, but with grounding. Women like Jane Fonda and Oprah Winfrey understand this well. You'll rarely see them in something flashy. Instead, they reach for strong silhouettes, bold but refined colors, and details that whisper rather than shout. A soft drape, a luxurious fabric, a neckline that frames, not fights. That's elegance. So what do you wear instead? You wear light-reflecting fabrics that soften, silk matte, soft crepe, breathable linen blends. You wear a top with movement, not mirrors. You wear depth, not distraction. Maybe a satin blouse in deep plum. A simple ivory knit with a pearl butt. A blouse that flows like your favorite memory, not one that stiffens like a party favor. And when you do want a little shimmer, let it come from within, from your eyes, from your joy. From the way you know, now more than ever, that your beauty was never about the clothes. It was always about the way you wore them, with intention, not apology. So no, you don't need tops that sparkle. You are the sparkle. And the world sees it, most clearly when you stop trying to prove it. And just like that, we've walked through 5 tops that may be holding you back. and 5 thoughtful, beautiful alternatives that lift you up instead. Now remember, this isn't about shame, it's about clarity. It's about stepping into the kind of style that doesn't just make you look good, but makes you feel seen. Because you deserve that, every single day. At Healthwise for seniors, we believe fashion after 60 should feel like a deep exhale. Like a soft, finally. Not another set of rules to follow, but a gentle invitation to return to yourself. So if something in today's video sparked a thought, a smile, a shift in how you'll approach your wardrobe tomorrow, we'd love to hear about it. Speech balloon, tell us in the comments, which top are you ready to let go of? And which one made you think, yes, that's me now? You never know. Your insight might just inspire another woman to feel at home in her own skin again. Before you go, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Healthwise for seniors. Because this isn't just a channel, it's a community of women rewriting what elegance looks like after 60. And if today was meaningful for you, just wait until the next one, where we'll explore 7 dresses women over 60 should rethink, and what to wear instead for instant grace. It's going to be good, I promise. Until then, keep walking with confidence, keep dressing with kindness, and never forget, you're not dressing to be younger, you're dressing to be you. See you in the next video. Yellow heart.